Then I see his last, like he acted like he had something going on. And then when we questioned him, he sort of backed down. So I don't know what's true.
I don't think that you get to decide what we do with it. Sorry, you are not like the head of my family.
I'm so here for Meri and Janelle uniting to take back their power. They need to get their money's worth. They need to get their money from McMansion and they need to get their money from Coyote Pass. So I'm so happy that they're finally having the necessary conversations in order for them to get, their share. And oh my God, Kody is very tone deaf. He really is. The fact that he's always talking about, his kids with Robyn and doesn't even sort of mention the other children as being his children doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. And I'm happy for Christine. Finally, she has what she's always wanted. She's making progress. She's got a loving and caring husband and a family that support her. I'm here for that. Anyway, hey there. Thanks for stopping by. It's your girl, Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button. Turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. And definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Sister Wives, Season 19, Episode 19. So you have Janelle in North Carolina. She's gone to visit Maddie and her family, and she's sort of having a conversation with Maddie about the fact that she's retained a lawyer and she's trying to sort out her finances and she's trying to sort of untangle herself from the Brown family sort of assets, and she needs to liquidate her assets and keep it stepping because we all know that she invested in McMansion and she also invested in Coyote Pass, let alone everything she's contributed into the Brown family fund. So she's trying to provide proof to say, yes, she did invest in this family. Yes, this is how much she paid for the assets. And this is, she wants her quarter. And personally, this is how I feel. I feel Meri and Janelle deserve a quarter of McMansion each, and then they deserve a quarter of Coyote Pass, if not more. If Robyn and Kody don't want to give them part of McMansion, then they need to give them the majority of Coyote Pass to split between the two of them, because they were the main breadwinners for the family. They were the main contributors for the family. And we recently found out from Meri that although she contributed to the family fund, her daughter's schooling was not paid for. So she had to pay for Leon's university, and she also had to pay for Leon's car. So hey, they deserve what they paid into it. You have Christine and her husband going to Moab because she wants to go and show him the house. In the previous episode, they were packing up and they were going to take property that they've bought to sort of decorate this rental. Christine is ecstatic. Christine is living her best life. And I think seeing Christine live her best life after divorce is something that is pushing Meri to sort of try and sort of create something for herself, because she's realized that there's more to life than a marriage to Kody Brown, which wasn't successful at all. She was loyal to him, but he wasn't to her. So they're sort of discussing ideas of how they want to sort of renovate their place, what they want it to look like. And it's like, I love this for Christine. I really love this because she's found herself a husband that will love her and adore her and support everything she wants to do to become more successful. So I'm here for it. You have Kody and Robyn and their children go to Coyote Pass. They're painting tables. Apparently, her dad had made these tables for them to sort of use while they were in Vegas. So Robyn wants the tables painted and to sort of just to refurbish them. And Kody's saying, I'm using the children as manpower. And it's like, if the two of you are planning on selling this land, and if the two of you are just going to be a small little family, why not get rid of the other tables? Why not use them for firewood? Do you think you're going to be able to put them all on one property? Make that make sense? I think they're just looking for stuff to film, and so this is why they've decided to bring the children to do this, because they can't take us to their home, so they might as well just take us to somewhere where they know that we can be entertained while they're doing whatever nonsense they get up to. We have Meri and Janelle. Well, Janelle is still at Maddie's house, so she tells Maddie that she is having a meeting with Meri because they've decided to sort of have a meeting and discuss what they want to do in regards their assets, in regards what they invested into Coyote Pass, because Kody, it seems, is not doing anything to sort of move the needle forward. And I love this for them, that they need to unite, because I think if they can go as a team, it will serve them better than for them to go individually. Janelle is insistent that Meri retains a lawyer, and Meri is still being very vague. I don't know whether she doesn't want her business out on camera, or what she's hoping for, whether she's hoping Kody will sort of give her what she deserves and then she can just sort of not have said anything on camera that is likely to embarrass him. Meri talks about the fact that she's surprised that this is where they are because they were never like this before. She expected them to always respect each other and always sort of be loyal to one another. And she's surprised that they're in this space whereby there is lack of trust and there's a lot of suspicion amongst the group because nobody knows what's happening. They talk about the fact that Kody's name is on all properties, and then you have Janelle's name is on 2 properties, but the second property, she is one of 3 names on the property. It's not like it's just her and Kody. She's one of 3, and the third person is Meri. So she's trying to make sure that Meri understands that if the properties are sold and they receive their money as is, Meri's only entitled to 1/3 of that property. She's not entitled to anything else. And if you look at the properties, you actually see that Robyn's name is on the biggest lot, and then she's got a lot that's almost the same size as Janelle, which doesn't make sense to me. I think before they paid the balance, they should have asked Kody to have it sort of the names reassigned and had everything redivided before they paid off the balance, because there's no way Robyn and Kody were going to be able to pay off the balance. And had they done that, they would have got their shares, but they were too trusting of Kody and Robyn, not realizing that Kody and Robyn had their own plans. Meri says, for the past 10 years, she's never known what's happening in the family. All she's done is contribute to the family fund and then left it to everybody else to take care of, which tells you that from the moment Kody divorced and Robyn became the legal wife, Robyn was in control of everything, and she sort of dictated what was done, and Kody and her sort of came up with ideas of how to split funds, how to share funds and whatever, and which is really sad, because if you don't want her to be a part of your family, why are you taking her money? Why not tell her that we don't need your money, keep your money? So they wanted Meri's money, but they didn't want Meri. Make that make sense? I understand, there's a lot of suspicion in the sense that Janelle always felt that Meri was part of the Kody and Robyn team. And you have, Meri saying, I felt like Janelle and Christine were a team and Kody and Robyn were a team, and I was just in the middle of nowhere. And so it's good that Meri's at this point whereby she realizes that she doesn't have to worry about relationships with people. She has to prioritize herself. And I think part of this could be she's spoken to Leon, and Leon has told her you need to put yourself first. And seeing herself being dragged on the show, I think, is another reason why she's realized that I cannot care for people who don't care for me. And so I'm so happy for them that they're doing this. You could see that even Maddie was ecstatic that Meri and Janelle were speaking. They do talk about the fact that they're not the closest of friends. They've never been closest of friends, but they've always tried to be cordial and they've always tried to look out for one another, which makes sense because Christine and Meri only met when I would assume their relationship began when Christine married Kody, whereas it seems Meri says that she knew Janelle way before she knew Kody, and that's because Janelle was married to Meri's brother, so it makes sense. So I hope they can sort of stand by each other and sort of prop each other up, and they can develop some level of trust that there's not going to be any sort of deception, because it seems Meri is still not trusting. She's still very suspicious of everyone, and so it's going to be difficult to see how they can sort of move from that point to finally getting the assets sold and getting their money, because I think Janelle is trying her best to show Meri that I am loyal, I am looking out for you, and I hope Meri understands that. So you have Kody and Robyn with their children go to Coyote Pass. They go there because, they want to spend some family time and to use the tables that they painted. And as far as I'm concerned, they're just doing this for their attention. That's what I think. And they don't want to show us what's in their home. So they are afraid that, if people see what's in their home, then people are going to start evaluating sort of everything and sort of giving value to the property that they have. That's the impression that I get. So you have Kody sort of teaching the girls how to chop firewood. The children are running around and they're playing and they're throwing rocks on the pond and stuff. And he's saying, I don't know whether I want to sell this because I know it's unfair to Meri and Janelle, but I don't know whether I want to sell it. And it's like, that's none of Meri and Janelle's business, whether or not you want to sell it. Give them their money and you can do whatever you want with Coyote Pass. If you want to keep one of the lands, if you want whatever, give them their quarter each, give their money from McMansion, and you can keep it stepping. And I don't think they would have a problem with you. they spoke about, you know, polygamy and how bad it is and how big of size family they want and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it's a bit rich for Kody to be discussing all this, given the fact that he's got grandchildren that he barely sees. And yet he's trying to talk about grandchildren with the other children that whose mom he really loves and he really worships the ground she walks on. I thought that was very tone deaf. I thought it was very insensitive. I think he always needs to be mindful that his children are still going to watch this show and they're going to see everything that's going on. So the idea that you would do that and not consider them doesn't make sense to me. I really don't get it. And I wish at times he would watch himself back and see how he comes across to the rest of the world, and maybe he would change his ways and how he speaks about his children. You have Christine's family turn up to help her sort of move in her property into the home. First, she gets there with David, and David gets to inspect the property. He is happy. He has one or two things that he would like sort of corrected. I get where he's coming from when he says one of the walls is a bit too short. Yeah, it is short, especially if you have children. Children are very reckless at times, so they might jump over that. So I get where he's coming from. The family arrive and they sort of help them move in everything. Janelle comes in, and it's really lovely to see how much of a community they have around them. They have David's children, Christine's children, and they have Christine's cousins. And so they talk about the fact that, you know, Christine, this is her investment. Everybody just assumed it was just a home they were buying, but it was important to Christine that she has her own assets, given the fact that for the first 50 years of her life, she sort of relied on and depended on other people. And so she really didn't have a business because she didn't feel she had enough of a voice. And being with David has been very helpful. I am here for Christine and Janelle always throwing shade on Kody and sort of comparing him to David and the difference that, you know, how different they are. The fact that, you know, they spoke about their handyman tasks and how difficult it was to work with Kody and how frustrated they used to get. It was like, oh my God, I'm here for this. I hope Kody watches this and he really gets wound up. They spoke about the farm and the fact that Janelle, they've come up with a name for the farm, and, you know, they're hoping to have an event for everybody to come down. You can see that Janelle and Christine have become a family, and David is on board with it. I think if Janelle behaved the way that Christine can be at times, I think David would have a problem. But Janelle is very laid back and very easygoing, and I think this is one of the things that Kody loved about her, and I think this is something as well that David really likes about her. And I like the fact that there's always a lot of respect and that there's always boundaries set there, which I love. Christine talks about how it took Isabel's surgery for her to realize that she really didn't need anyone. She could do things on her own, because every time when she was part of the Brown family, she would have to have a meeting in order to make a choice or a decision on anything. So being on her own, having to decide what to do in regards to her daughter's health was her sort of aha moment, and I'm here for it. I really am. I hope Meri continues to have her aha moments as well, just like Christine and Janelle have, and are moving on, and so they can decide on what they want to do. I'm here for the fact that the women have realized that as much as they are not best friends, they can still help each other sort of deal with whatever issues they have when it comes to Kody. So I can't wait to see when they tackle him. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 18. Bye guys.